Hi guys! Welcome back to CJ's Keto Kitchen. We are back home in our own kitchen after our vacation. And this is the fourth and final salad in our summer salad series. And tonight we are going to be making an Italian sub salad. So come along with me and let's get started. So this salad has all of your traditional ingredients that you would get on an Italian sub if you were to go into say a Subway or a Jimmy John's and order an Italian sub. These are some of the flavors that would be on that traditional sub sandwich. Or if you're keto, then you usually get like a lettuce wrap or something of the sort, or a salad. And so we are recreating that at home. It's very easy. The only time-consuming part is cutting up all your prep ingredients, your meats, and your fresh herbs and things like that. But other than that, it's very quick and it will not heat up your home. And that was the whole idea behind this summer salad series. And I will have you know, I worked really hard throughout this entire video to say Italian and not Italian, which is my Idaho accent coming through. You could call it Idaho if you want, because it doesn't bother me. But it's okay. So, Italian sub salad. Here we go.
Get started.
So we need to do a little prep work for our Italian sub salad. So we have a few things that are need to be chopped up or made into smaller bite-sized pieces. So the first thing that we have is red onion. And if you don't like onion, you could totally omit it, or you could use white onion if you prefer, or scallion. And we're only going to be using a small section of this. Onions are fairly carb dense, and so we only need a little bit. And I'm just going to start slicing it in very slim pieces. Trying not to hurt yourself. And you'll see that the onion will come apart in little segments. And that's exactly what we want, because this is similar in texture to what would be on an Italian sub if you were to get one at a sub restaurant. So we're just going to do that with our pieces. And you see that it just kind of comes away. And then the end pieces you can cut a little bit smaller, just into little segments. Like that. And if you would rather just chop them all into very fine dices, you could also do that. It's totally personal preference. So this is only a quarter of an onion. I got a regular sized red onion, depending on the size of your onion. But you really do not need much onion. And like I said, if you don't care for onion, you could definitely omit it. But it gives this salad a nice, genuine sandwich flavor. If you were to go somewhere like Jimmy John's or somewhere like that and get one of their subs, it's fairly standard to get onion on most of their subs. So there's our onion. And I have my large salad bowl. I'm just going to go ahead and put my onion in there, because we'll be doing all kinds of tossing in a little bit. So that's our onion step done. Now I also want a few tomatoes. Once again, you could completely do away with the tomatoes if you don't like tomatoes. And I just ended up getting some baby Romas. And I'm just going to slice them. And you could use any kind of tomato that you like. And we don't need a lot, just a few of these, just to give it a little bit of tomato texture. And as I stated, you could totally omit the tomato if you didn't care for tomato. But of course, tomatoes are instinctively Italian. putting probably about 10 of our little tiny baby Roma tomatoes. A lot of people, if you have a garden this time of year, will be starting to get tomatoes and kind of wondering what to do with them. So this is a way to use it. This is also very similar to, say, an antipasta salad with basil and tomatoes and mozzarella cheese. So this would be a way to use up some of your tomatoes if you wanted to. But tomatoes do bother some people. They're in the nightshade family, so once again, it's personal choice. Okay, so our tomatoes are also going in. So, next on our list, we have some olives. Olives are very Italian, and I happen to get ones that are different types. We have Kalamata in here. I don't know this word. Chalkidiki. Anyway, olives. Once again, all of these ingredients are optional to your salad, so I'm just going to get a few of them out. Olives are very low in carbs generally, and I'm just going to roughly chop them. Of course, some of them have pits, like the green ones have pits, so you kind of need to chop around those. And get the pit out, because we don't want pits in our salad. If you prefer black olives, some people like black olives on their sub sandwiches. You could absolutely do that. But the Italian and Greek olives are, of course, traditional. Okay, so there's our marinated olives, and I just chopped them nice and fine. And they're going in. That's going to give our salad a nice briny flavor. Okay, next thing we have are banana pepper rings or pepperoncinis, whatever you like, some kind of deli pepper. I chose the hot because I like it spicy, but they make different kinds. And of course, as with all the other ingredients in our Italian sub, you can omit things. But I really enjoy these, and it gives our dish a nice vinegary flavor. And in fact, I will more than likely be using some of the vinegar from our pepper rings in our dressing, just because it is such a nice flavor. And I'm just going to chop these a little bit smaller. You can put as many or as few as you would like in your salad. I'll do a couple more. The next thing that we are going to do is fresh herbs. I have basil. I have oregano. And I have thyme. Because this is a very simple salad, as with most of our summer salad series, fresh herbs are really going to add that extra bit of flavor to a simple salad, especially in the summertime. And some people grow herbs and they're looking for ways to use them, and this is a very good way to use up your herbs.
Which one is that?
This one is thyme. And for thyme, it grows on a stalk like that, and the best way to get it is to start at the top and go against the grain and pull the fronds off like that. Some of your very fine fronds, it's not much of a big deal. You can just go ahead and chop them up because the stalk is very fine, but as they mature, they get woody. So it's easier if you can go ahead and take the thyme off. Okay, so there's a little bit of thyme. We're going to chop that up even finer. Okay, there's the thyme done. And it took no time. Yep, couldn't help it. So next is basil, and we just want to take the leaves off the stalk. It grows on a stalk. And we have some nice big leaves here. And basil is very fragrant. And it grows abundantly in most climates, which is very nice. And we are just going to set our leaves in a stack because we are going to chiffonade them or cut them into ribbons. And basil is very traditional in Italian food. It's very fragrant. So I just rolled it up. And now I'm just taking my knife and making little ribbon cuts as finely as we can. And then I'm going to cut one more time and then two more times so that our ribbons are very small. And into our bowl, I'm putting that with the thyme and the rest of our ingredients. So we're getting quite a cornucopia of colors going on in here. Then our final herb is oregano. If you hear muffled speaking in the background, we're having our house painted, and so we have workers coming in and out, talking and everything by our windows. So if that's what you're hearing, please be patient. So oregano is similar to basil, only that it's smaller. So you just want to try and remove the leaves as best as you can from the stalk, because the stalk can be quite woody. So I'm just going to take my pile of leaves and cut them finer. Oregano is also very traditionally Italian. It is also very fragrant, and the fresh herbs are going to make a very large difference in this salad and giving it that true sub flavor. Okay, so we have finely chopped oregano going in. So moving on to the meat portion of our salad, sub sandwiches, Italian and other kinds, are traditionally made with meat. And the meats that I have chosen for this one are traditionally Italian. We have salami, ham, and pepperoni. You could do different types of ham. You could do any kind of cured meat that you would like. You could use some types of bacon. Pancetta is also very traditionally Italian. So it's completely personal choice, but these are the ones that I've chosen. So I'm going to cut them into smaller pieces to go further into our salad. So this already came in a row, the pepperoni did. And I'm just slicing it a little smaller so that it will be in like half pieces, like that, so that it will go farther in our salad. And you can use as much or as little as you'd like. If you are going to use this as your entire meal, say for a lunch or a dinner, then you could use more meat. If this was just going to be a side dish, or if you were going to be taking this to a gathering, then perhaps you would want to use less meat. So that's about how much pepperoni I'm going to be putting in. Next we have the ham, and I'm just using a Black Forest ham, and this has 0 carbs in it. But feel free to use whatever kind of ham that you would like. If you get a honey ham product, be aware that it is generally cured with sugar and it will have more carbs in it. So just FYI. I'm going to be using about half the package, and I'm just going to slice it into strips. And then I am going to slice it one more time the other direction, like so, and then one more time. I'm going to add that in with the rest of the meats, and I'm kind of breaking it up as I'm adding it into the bowl. Okay, and our final meat is salami. This is a family favorite around here. Everybody loves salami. I'm going to be putting 1 row in, and I'm also going to slice this similar to the way that I did the pepperoni, right down the center. And then I'm going to break it up into the bowl like I did the pepperoni. And what's nice about salami is it is generally nice and fatty, slightly on the oily side. So it's going to give us a nice heft to our salad. And most all of these meats are fairly easy to find in your standard grocery store. You do not have to go to a European grocer or an Italian grocer just to find these meats. Most all of these are readily available. So I'm just using my hands and kind of doing our antipasta ingredients just to get a nice blend before I add our lettuces. So I'm going to be adding a combination of lettuces. You could traditionally, romaine is very popular in these types of salads, but romaine is not necessarily my favorite type of lettuce. My very favorite is the butter lettuce. And I also have some baby spring mix, which is some spinach and a little frisee. We also have some radicchio and just some different types of heartier green leaves. And the butter is a lot lighter and it's very fluffy. Well, that's why I like it so much. So I'm just going to be adding a little bit of each bag. But once again, you could use any kind of lettuce that you like for this. If you like iceberg, by all means, that would work great. So I'm adding about half a bag of that. And then I'm going to add half a bag of the spring mix. And I'm just going to use my clean hands and just kind of mix these together so that all of our ingredients are combined before we make our dressing. So you can see that we have some lovely meats and all of our peppers and our tomatoes. It smells very good. It smells like a sub sandwich. So now we're going to be making our dressing, and our dressing is very simple. So to do our dressing, I am going to be doing it in kind of a magic bullet style. We have a Ninja, and I'm just going to be using the smoothie thing to mix up our dressing. Because we have an oil product with vinegar products, it's going to create an emulsion, and you do that by mixing things together. So that's what we're going to be doing in this. If you don't want to do it in any kind of bulleted thing, you could just go ahead and use a whisk in a bowl. That would be fine too, but I'm going to do it this way. So first thing we need is a half a cup of olive oil. And I'm using a nice extra virgin olive oil because this is going to be on a finished product. We're not going to be cooking with this. So if you can use extra virgin, that's great because it just tends to be a little fruitier, a little more flavorful, not quite as bland of an oil, if you will. So I need a half a cup of that. Then I'm going to be adding a vinegar product. I'm going to go ahead and use the vinegar that our banana peppers were in. If you wanted to use something else that's very traditional in an Italian sub situation is red wine vinegar. A lot of times at your sub shops, they just have oil and vinegar and squeezy things, and they just kind of do it all over your sandwich or your salad. So if you wanted to do red wine vinegar, you absolutely could do that. And I may do a combination of the two. And then I'm also going to add just a little bit of parsley and a little bit of 21 seasoning salute, just to give it just a tiny bit more Italian flavor. So I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle some of that in there. Probably about a teaspoon. Same with the 21 seasoning salute. Then I'm going to add a tablespoon of red wine vinegar. And I'm also going to add a tablespoon of our banana pepper liquid. And the oil and the vinegar are going to emulsify when I blend them together. And that will provide the dressing for our salad. And you can see that it has created a nice, lovely Italian dressing. So we're going to put that on our salad, and I'm going to toss it. I've got my salad tossers here, and I'm just going to start tossing. And you think that this is not going to be enough dressing for all of this salad and meat and vegetables, but really it does cling to the lettuce quite well. So there is our Italian sub salad. So I am going to serve this up and let CJ have a taste. CJ said, it's green. I said, it's a salad.
Yes, it is.
So, hello CJ.
Hi.
Tonight we are having an Italian sub salad. It has all the flavors of an Italian sub in salad form.
Okay. All right, well, let's see. You know what? You're right. It tastes like an Italian sub.
I thought you were going to say, you're right, it's a salad. That's why it's green.
That as well, but yeah, that salad dressing. I also wondered, like, wow, that's not going to be enough salad dressing, but actually, it's plenty. It's really stuck throughout all of the.
It really emulsifies.
Yeah. It's good. It's good.
Would you change anything?
No. I don't know. I don't know if I like necessarily the olives.
Okay.
I mean, I like the olives, but you use some different ones. So other than that, I like it. But although that was a good flavor too.
They're
olives.
briny. They're
yes,
very briny.
The olives were a good flavor. I think when I order an Italian sub,
olives?
I have black olives or I don't have olives at all.
Right.
But other than that, I think it's really delicious.
Some recipes actually also call for capers, and capers are extremely briny, so I guess it's personal preference.
Yeah, but it's really good. This would be a good side dish.
Starter, even, if you were having, some kind of Italian meal and you wanted starter.
But it's got a lot of meat in it.
Yeah.
So I think you could eat this as a meal.
Yeah.
So I think people will like it, and it was fairly easy to make.
Yeah, it was more prep work, chopping things up.
Yeah.
But
yeah. So good job, baby. I think it's a good way to go out with the last salad for the summer salad season. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks for joining us again tonight, you guys. We hope that you enjoyed the summer salad series. We enjoyed making them and we enjoyed eating them. We hope that you will consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell. We upload new recipes every Sundays, and we also have keto conversations on Wednesdays. We also sometimes have ketogenic food unboxings. Sometimes we also have what we eat on keto. We just released a how we do traveling and keto video, so be sure and check that out. It'll be in the eye linked up above, and also it will come up after the end of this video. If you would like to continue watching more of our videos, those will also be coming up at the end of this video. If you need any nutritional information, other recipes, the recipe ideas, all of that can be found on our blog, and that is CJsKetoKitchen.com. And we are also on social media, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, Facebook. So please consider following us and joining us on those platforms as well. And that is also CJ's Keto Kitchen. So please come back and we'll see you next time. And until then, bye.
So we're at Rainbow Falls in Hilo, Hawaii. Pretty.